Okay, this is Suzanne Titkamar from No Longer Quivering, and I hope I have enough bandwidth to talk about things today without being shut off. So much bad behavior, so little time. I have to start with Lori Alexander. The other day, Lori announced that she had a brain tumor. Again, it's like the third time that she says she's had one and that she's starting treatment. I said I felt sorry for her, which I do feel sorry for her having to deal with that. But then she turned around. She turned around and started talking crap about the death of Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who is a great lady. Even if you don't agree with everything she's said and done, she has done more for people of marginalized. Hey, she's done more for marginalized people than anybody I know. She was a great lady, and Lori missed no opportunity to fling dung at her and said, I hope she accepted Christ in her final moments, was the kindest thing she said. Lori doesn't understand that by doing that sort of thing, she's really pissing others off. Oh, those people that, well, dox people are starting to dox her, and she's getting death threats over it. I just feel disappointed that when it comes to Lori, she takes the, her and the Jews. She takes the lowest common denominator. She does the least thing that she can get away with. Talks about not working, yet she worked. Talks about the importance of being a housewife, yet she had a housekeeper. Talks about the importance of homeschooling, but she had a tutor. She's rather hypocritical, but I do still feel sorry for her because she's locked in this crazy, strange idiocy of hers. I don't know what's going on with her, whether this is the brain tumor talking or what, but it's not right. But she's not even the worst offender this week. I think one of the worst ones is Sean. Let me see if I can pronounce his last name right. Feucht, Sean Feucht. Sean is a member of Bethel Baptist. Bethel, not Baptist, Bethel Redding in Redding, California. They're a particularly interesting little evangelical cult who've said a lot of weird things through the years. I think the weirdest thing is they claim to heal everybody. They claim that everyone can be healed. I used to go to a church that participated with Bethel, and I can honestly say in all that time, I've never seen anyone actually really been healed. Oh, she died on Rosh Hashanah, you're right. And being about Ruth Bader Ginsburg dying on Rosh Hashanah, I got to circle around to that. Is it said to be lucky and only the holiest of holies get to do that? So I feel it like it was something spiritual being said there, the fact that she died during Rosh Hashanah. Oh, so back to Sean and his plague ratting ways. He went around this summer giving these concerts all over the place. He calls them worship events or worship protests. Nobody's stopping anybody from worship. There's no reason that you can't worship in your home, worship alone, worship outside, worship with your buddies in socially distancing ways, not all up on each other like they're doing now. Sean is promoting that. He says that they're being prevented. They're only prevented from doing what John MacArthur, pastor of Grace Community Church, is doing, which is being all upon each other like this with no masks and worshiping. The CDC and scientists have proven that one of the easiest ways to spread the coronavirus is by singing. If you sing, you're expelling so many droplets that are going so far. Yeah. Social distancing hugs to you too. Tickles and chews, because that's all we got now. And we got Sean, and he's spreading this crap this way. Now, I got to give him credit. It's outside. Outside is not nearly as bad from everything I'm reading. But if you're shoulder to shoulder to somebody else and you're not wearing a mask, safety flies out the window. Today, I found out that he is actually doing these things because of Black Lives Matter. He's following all these different places where they have marched. This just strikes me as, I don't know, kind of racist. I know he claims that he supports Black people and he has people of color traveling with him among his group. This just feels like a big old FU in the face of the Black Lives Matter movement. I don't know why, but it feels like that. Again, Sean, nobody's stopping anybody from worshiping. There are ways to do it and get away with it. Straight pride parade. That's exactly what it's like. It's exactly like a straight pride parade. And it's equally offensive. But of course, since he's from Bethel, and I know Bethel and Randy Clark and the other place he's from, Voice of the Apostles, Global Awakenings in Harrisburg, PA, and their theology, they are all about self. I think this is just another ego-driven thing that Sean's doing to promote himself, prop himself up, make himself feel better. I've seen this again and again in that world. It's not about Jesus. There's actually a song, a worship song. It's not about me, Jesus. It's about you. They flipped that script, and now it's all about them. Okay, and I want to talk about the last problematic behavior. I know I said I was done with Katie Joy Paulson, but every time I say that, she does something worse and worse. She is going after Sophie again and stand with Sophie and Sophie's dad. Yet again, she's promoted lies about them. She has said yet again she doesn't believe Sophie, that Sophie had taken acting lessons. You know, it doesn't matter if that child had acting lessons, tap dance, whatever, twerking lessons. We have to listen to a child when they tell us that they are being abused. You have to listen to the child, and you have to remove the child from the situation, and then you have to do an investigation. Let the guardian ad litem, let the courts, let the social workers, let those people whose job it is to protect children take a look at this and say, yes, she's telling the truth, or no, she's not telling the truth, and make the motion from that point happen, whatever needs to happen, whether she needs to be placed in foster care, residential treatment center, with other family members, whatever. The priority is the child, and it is not our job to judge the child and keep saying all this crap. So, yeah, a lot of YouTubers are coming. She is digging herself in deeper and deeper. What do you think about this? Her latest claim of hers that she's going to be filming for some television show that some production company has hit her up. I'm not sure how much I believe that, unless the company is the one that used to film Intervention or, My Strange Obsession, where they get scratching her head and scratching. Oh, my face already hurts from that little scratching I did. She's always touching herself, touching, putting things in her mouth and just spreading disease. Why would you do that if you have an ill child? The article's just been mentioned in her and not what I would call major publications. So I don't know. This may not be one of those major publications, major media groups that's going to film her. This could be TLC. TLC films anybody and everyone for the drop of a hat, and they film some pretty crazy stuff. So, who knows? We can sit back and watch and speculate and laugh, because you know that whatever she does, she's going to be doing exactly like Lori Alexander and Sean Feucht. It's going to be all about her. Nobody else. She's going to throw everybody under the bus like she always does. She lines up with everybody, befriends them, and eventually throws everybody under the bus. I mean, look what she's doing right now with Olivia Plath. Welcome to Plathville's getting ready to come back out. Olivia Plath called her out like 3 or 4 months ago for being super fake and cozying up to her. And the next thing you know, we're getting Katie Joy saying hateful things about Olivia and trying to claim that Olivia is trying to break up the Plath family by forcing her husband to have nothing to do with the family. Yet again, $1 short, a day late, and takes an entirely wrong tact. I'm kind of hoping that this television show is some kind of shit show that reveals the dangers of listening to some bloggers that come up with the craziest things, that actually have real victims, that hurt people, that make situations far worse. If she was just talking straight up gossip, that would be one thing. Oh, I'm scratching my face. I'm Katie Joy. But she's going after sexual abuse victims, children. and people that she could really do damage to just by getting others to talk about them like that. Okay, I've talked a full 10 minutes, and that is a record for me. Okay, I need to go. So you guys have a good day, and don't fall for these people that are so self-focused. They don't care about anybody else. They're willing to throw anybody under the bus just to feed their stupid obsessional narcissism. I think that's really what we're talking about here. We're talking about narcissism. Narcissists that gaslight others. How fun.